Hello students, myself Sridhar. In the previous session, we have discussed about the structure of stomach and its function. Next, we'll discuss about travel of food from the stomach to the intestine. Why? Because the stomach, which is takes the food materials, and after the churning, the food will be passed into the intestine. So, whatever the food which is from the stomach into the intestine, as already we discussed, that is chyme, the partially digested food which will be passed from the stomach toward the intestine. The complete digestion process will be in the intestine, small intestine. The reason is all the enzymes which are required for the synthesizing of food materials will be in the small intestine only. So whatever the chyme passes from the stomach to the intestine, which will be initiates the production of hormones such as secretin and as well as cholecystokinin, secretin and as well as cholecystokinin. And these secretin and cholecystokinin, these hormones stimulates the liver, pancreas and as well as walls of the intestine, because as I told you that the complete digestion process takes place in small intestine only. Then whenever these hormones stimulates the liver, pancreas and as well as walls of the intestine. And what is the reason? Because liver, which is responsible for the secretion of bile juice. Bile, which is a secretion of the liver, which has no enzymes, but even though without enzymes, which helps to synthesizing or breakdowning of the larger fat globules into smaller one. That process is emulsification. Already you have studied in a digestive system. Then coming to the pancreas which secretes pancreatic juice. This pancreatic juice which will be containing the enzymes such as pancreatic amylase, trypsin and as well as the pancreatic lipase. Those are helpful to break down all the materials which all comes from the stomach towards the intestine, and along with the walls of the intestine. The walls of the intestine which has intestinal glands, and those intestinal glands secreting intestinal juice. It is also called as succus entericus. Is also called as succus entericus. These all are passes into the small intestine. These all are passes into the small intestine. So like this, duodenum, liver, then pancreas. These all are large intestine. These all are enters into the small intestine. Fine. So like that, all the materials which are mixed with the enzymes will be passes into the small intestine from the duodenum, because duodenum is a place where all the enzymes will be received from the liver, bile juice, from the pancreas, pancreatic juice, and the walls of the intestine which releases the intestinal juice. These all will be in the small intestine. Hence the digestion process will be completed in small intestine only. Then after receiving the food, what happens? In the walls of the small intestine, which has a finger like projections, those are called as villi. And these villi, those are numerous in number. And especially its function is helps to absorption of the nutrients and also increase the surface area. Whenever the surface area is increased, obviously it's responsible for the absorption. And the absorption also, which will be in a selective process. Absorption is selectively process. due to this villi, the food materials which are digested will be sending into the blood. How it will be? If you observe that the villi, as we discussed, which are the finger-like projections, and these are lined with the epithelium, the outside layer which will be composed of the epithelium, and internally it's lined with the mucus. And one more, if you observe that these are the network of blood capillaries. Whatever the projections, whenever they will be taking the materials, and that will be sending to the blood capillaries, and obviously that will be towards the blood to the tissues. So in that manner the absorption is takes place, and that too, as we discussed, as a selective process. And internally, if you observe that in the villi, which has a part of the lymphatic system that is known as lacteal, this is lacteal. So these all the process will be in a small intestine for the completion of digestion. Okay students, so let us continue about the next one. Then after digestion in the intestine, the rest of the material which will be sending towards the large intestine. And before that, our intestine, which has a developed muscular apparatus and as well as neural apparatus. Why? Because whatever the muscles, as we discussed, such as circular and as well as longitudinal, at the same time the nerves which are helpful to stimulate the intestine for its functioning. So the coming to the neural apparatus, that neural apparatus which has a vast network of neurons, the entire alimentary canal which will be composed of an n number of neurons. In that, hence it is called as this alimentary canal or gut, considered as the second brain or enteric nervous system. Second brain or enteric nervous system. Then why you are calling it as a second brain? Because which will be composed of approximately 100 millions of neurons, more than either spinal cord or a PNS. And these are walls of the intestine which will be composed of 100 millions of the neurons, the more than the spinal cord or a PNS. So hence we are calling it is known as second brain or enteric nervous system. Then coming to the next one, expulsion of the waste materials. Then after digestion, as we discussed, the rest of the materials will be sending to the large intestine. So what are the ways to expel the waste materials? Majorly through the blood, with the help of kidneys, skin, or such as salts, water and urea. These all are sending through the kidneys, skin and salts, and that too with the help of blood. Then the next one is undigested food expelled in the form of stool or fecus. So whatever the digested materials will be sending to the tissues with the help of the blood. Then whatever the undigested materials which will be sending to the outside in the form of stool or fecus. Stool or fecus. Then how it will be sending to the outside? If you observe the large intestine which will be having ascending colon, transfer colon, descending colon, rectum, finally anus. In that, the left side of the colon which acts as a storage tank of the fecus. Then whatever the undigested material which is changes into stool or fecus stores in the left side of colon. Then how the fecus will be sending? That is the controlling of two sphincters. One is internal anal sphincter and one more is external anal sphincter. This internal anal sphincter which will be involuntary and external anal sphincter is voluntary in functions. So whenever these sphincters are getting open, obviously the waste materials as we discussed such as a stool or fecus sending to outside through the anus. So all the waste materials will be in the rectum, from there to outside through the anus. So in that manner the waste materials will be sending towards the outside. Then what about the function of large intestine? The large intestine is responsible for the reabsorption of water, and afterwards the remaining waste will be becoming as a hard mass such as a stool as we discussed, sending to the outside through the anus. So in that manner this digestive system coordinate with the muscular system, nervous system, endocrine system. These all are work together, then the digestion process will be completed.